Hello. Hi. Today we have to discuss about the 11th lesson paper and the answers. And straightly we can go for the paper. Already you answered that thing, I think. So let us discuss the paper. The first question of the 11th paper. What is the main element of the communication process? That's a very simple point. Mainly four communication elements are there according to the communication process. So four main types of the elements are communicator, message, receiver, and the medium. Into that, the first main communication element is communicator. It means sender. Because without communicator, without sender, there's no any communication system. So that is the resource, that is the source, that is the encoder. So communicator is the first element, main element of the communication process. So second one, who is the minister that Hitler used to manage his communication activities actually in this German that ruling period of the Hitler, and the propaganda minister of the Hitler's government is Joseph Goebbels. You know the Goebbels theory is a very famous one in according to that extremism ideas and nationalism ideas in the Germany. So he follows that Otto von Bismarck's extremism ideas about the German nationality. So Joseph Goebbels is the answer. Fifth one. Third one, who is the inventor and founder of the FM concept of radio transmission that made the radio signals actually introduced by Henrik Hertz in the past. But in this, according to this thing, I asked the FM. No, FM thing actually introduced in 1945, that time period. And this person is Edwin Armstrong. So this none of above answer is none of above because the answer is Edwin Armstrong. Please put the name Edwin Armstrong. That is the name of what thing? The inventor of the FM signals. Okay. FM means frequency modulation. That's the name. Fourth one. So what is the element that can help to find out the receiver's literacy? Receiver's literacy. Okay. If they understand the message, if they decode the message, they can react for our message. So react for our message means it's some kind of an answer. That answer we call simply feedback. 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 Okay. That is the answer. Okay. First answer is the answer. Fifth one. What is the main advantage of the television media? Advantage. It can develop the literacy, can't. Develop the humanity, can't. Educate others, yes, but informally. Yeah. Fifth one, all of above can't. The main thing is second one. It can attract the majority than other media. Yes, because they use audio medium part and the visual media part also. So both media part they use. That's why they attract other people's more than other medias, majority other medias. Okay, the second answer is the answer. Sixth one, what is the social media example in here? We can include into the category of the content community category. Okay, in the fourth lesson, social media studies, we have to be study 6 types of characteristics in the social media. So 6 types of characters, 6 type of types, okay, categories, sorry, categories of the social media. That 6 type of categories are social forum, networking, blog and blog, the thing content community, collaborative projects, and virtual world. So according to the content community idea, TikTok also there, YouTube also there. So YouTube is the answer, second answer. Yeah, if it the TikTok is here, if the TikTok is here, that also a good answer because that also content creation idea. Okay. Seventh one, what are the main two types of the cinema? Very simple. Some cinemas actually 2 3 hour 3 or 4 hour films. You can see that Da Vinci Code, that type of films, Les Miserable, Man in the Iron Mask, that type of things. That type of films we call classical films. Most of the people can't understand that thing because it's more literary than other cinemas. Other type is commercial cinema. Commercial cinema, most of the films, comedy films and Bollywood type films, some more of the Tamil films. Actually, European one was also there, and it's actually mainly comedy and other things are there. Very entertaining type thing. So commercial is the second one. First one classical. So second answer is the answer. We'll move to the eighth question. Who said culture is a natural or a concept that developed by people's self actually? In the culture study, fifth lesson, culture and the media impact, that lesson, we have to discuss about mainly six types of definition ideas, ideologies about the culture. And the first person of that thing, according to that lesson, first person, Marcus Porcius Cato. Marcus Porcius Cato developed the agriculture, that theory, agriculture word. He used culture word as agriculture perspective. Okay. Secondly, Marcus Tullius Cicero. He developed a concept. Culture is some kind of spiritual type idea. It's not only a theory. Spiritual, social based idea in Greek Rome era. Okay. And the nextly, Samuel Pufendorf in 17th century, the first person who developed academic theory and first person who write this word, culture word, as a theoretical idea in a book is the person Samuel Pufendorf. Samuel Pufendorf is the person who developed this idea. He developed culture is some kind of a natural idea, and sometimes people can artificially we can develop that thing. So natural and artificial, both things are there in what thing? In the Samuel Pufendorf idea. So none of above is the answer because all the other answers are actually in the culture study. Other definitions actually belongs to this type of scholars, but Samuel Pufendorf not in there, so none of above is the answer. Fifth one is the answer. Right, write down Samuel Pufendorf. Okay, ninth one. What is not a feature? Creation that's not included in a newspaper. Actually, editorial is a feature idea. Cartoon is a feature idea. Photos are feature ideas. Advertisements are feature ideas. But news is not a feature idea because newspaper, no, news is the main thing. It's not the additional feature. So news is not a feature. Third answer is the answer. 10th one. What is the behavior and following answers that totally support to build up a rare creation? Socialization, okay. Logical thinking, okay. Curiosity, memorizing, literacy. Every creation have three types of main characteristics. Okay, first thing, it become a wonderful thing. Okay, it become a fresh thing and it become a imagination thing. Okay, so imaginative, wonderful and fresh ideas we call creations, and all the creators activity for develop some creations, and also we want mainly curiosity. Every person want curiosity. Every person have curiosity to search something more. Explorative skills comes after that thing. So curiosity is a more important thing for the people. So curiosity can develop the searching skills or research skills about the people. So creators want curiosity. So that is the answer. Third answer is the answer. 11th one. What is not an advantage in here according to the popular culture? Culture types actually we can see traditional culture, mass culture, classical culture, popular culture, media culture, global culture. 6 types of cultures are there. According to that thing, popular culture is popular culture actually very commercial, not much very literacy value is there, and most of the childish shallow ideas are there, and that type of the technology they use more, it's not more creative idea. And according to that thing, that can organize the people, it can help the others, It can use various technologies. It can decrease the values. Actually, the second answer is the right answer. It can grow the profit because, yeah, I recently said first thing is a commercialized idea, more earnings. They try to sell the valuable things also for the profit. So main thing is profit thing. So third answer is the answer for the popular culture. The reality shows, mega dramas, advertisements, that type of things mainly focus for the what thing? Popular culture idea. 12th one. What is the foundation of the traditional creation? Traditional creation, old one, primary one. So feelings of regional people, yes. Social knowledge of ancestors, yes. Curiosity of the society, yeah. That's why it's developed like a very wonderful ideas, imaginative ideas are there in the past. And simple needs of villages, yes, the all of above. All the answers are correct. There's no any difficult answers. All the answers are correct. All of above. 13. Who is the inventor of the first film projector? Actually, first film projector belongs to what thing that developing the artificial bulb, artificial light source. So who developed the artificial light source? Firstly, that Thomas Edison. So the projector also comes after that artificial bulb thing. So Thomas Edison have this credit to develop this film projector. So answer is Thomas Edison, the first answer, because the reason that developed the artificial bulb thing. Okay. 14. Who founded the first radio signal in radio communication history of the world? First radio signals comes recently, I told you. And the person is Henrik Hertz. Recently, that honor for the Hertz, we use Hertz, that HZ sign to demonstrate the radio signals. HZ, Hertz. So megahertz and the gigahertz in the past we use. After that thing we use FM signals. So Hertz, Henrik Hertz is the first person who developed radio signals. 15. What is the main and registered government newspaper publication in late 60s? 60s. Sri Lankan idea, okay? So Vijay News publication, no. Atlas, no. Lakbima, no. Richard publication, no. Mainly that Lake House is the one, the Dinamina, that daily news, that type of newspapers published by Lake House publication. Radio Ceylon and Lake House publication. These two government publication and the radio station are the oldest national government-based media channels in the late 60s. Okay. Other channels not in there, only Radio Ceylon and the Lake House publication. Okay. 16. What is the main advantage of the virtual communication? It can make our relationships, yes, but wait. It can increase our satisfaction. It can develop our spiritual levels, and it can recognize our creativity. So that is the point. So second answer is the answer. It can help us to sharing our messages. Second answer is the answer. It can help us to sharing our messages. That is the point. That is the point. Okay. 17. Next one. What are the two main types that we can identify? The method of interpersonal communication. Interpersonal communication. Interpersonal. Interpersonal means two people's idea like this. So face to face. So radio, phone call or message we can use for that thing. So second dance is a very good dance for that thing. No, so virtual menu, that virtual communication, this type of things also virtual communication, okay. It can make our relationships, okay. It can help to sharing our messages very fast, okay. And sorry for that thing, I just missed that 16 one. It can develop our spiritual levels. It means that religious idea. It can increase our satisfaction, okay. And it can recognize our creativity. So the idea is this thing. It can help us sharing our messages very fast. Yes, internet system is the answer. Internet system is the fastest thing we can develop to share our messages to the global idea. So second answer is the good answer for that thing. 17. What are the two main types that we can identify the method of the interpersonal communication? Recently I told you. Okay. The first thing is face-to-face thing like this. Other thing is this one also not face-to-face, we can see the thing, but actually we use a platform. So actually this thing add to the unbased idea. Okay. A face-to-face thing is interviews, discussions, meetings, something. So third answer is the answer, face-to-face and unbiased idea. Okay. 18 one. Who explains the mass media is a professional and technical work with the organized platform. Organized platform. Okay. Who explains the mass media is a professional and technical work with the organized platform. Organized platform. UNESCO organization also say some ideas, but not mainly. Hub model, yeah, just a mass communication type model, but it's not the idea. Wilbersham also developed some mass communication functions or something, but not like this. Harold Laswell also developed some mass media functions, but not like this. Mainly DeFlu and Dennis actually developed a definition like immediate, large, okay, and variation of the receivers are there, and professional communicators we have to use technical, that type of words they use to develop a communication, mass communication type definition. So the answer is fourth answer, DeFleur and Dennis. DeFleur and Dennis. DeFleur and Dennis. 19. Why do we say television news powerful than newspaper ones? It has two types of medias, uncommon thing, non-verbal usage, it has a literacy and criticism value. It's based on ideology, but mainly we know that thing. Why the television very attractive? Because it's used visual form and the audio form also. So that is the point, visual form and audio form, visual form and audio form. That's why two types of medias we use for that thing. So then move to the next one, 20th one. Who said the communication is a material that can develop the relationship of our day-to-day life? Who say the communication is a material that we can develop the relationship of our day-to-day life? Actually, this one belongs to the first lesson idea. In the American scholar is there, Charles Cooley. Charles Cooley developed the idea, and Charles Cooley published a book like Social Organization. According to that social organization book, he developed a definition. According to that definition, he said communication is a material to develop relationships. Okay, and that relationships can we can spread that relationships to the other countries also using the communication technology or another part, medias. So after that thing, we can save that thing a lot of long time. Okay, so he's the person, Charles Cooley is the person. Fourth answer is the answer, Charles Cooley, fourth answer. Write down that book's name, organization, social organization in 1909. 21. Who is the founder of globalization concept? Very simple. This one we discussed in the fifth lesson, global culture. In that lesson, global culture is the last culture type we have to discuss. And according to global culture, this Arthur C. Clarke, that person also we discussed, because Arthur C. Clarke is the person who developed the satellite communication, that concept. That was really important. But according to the question I asked, the globalization concept, global village, that concept comes after that Marshall McLuhan's ideology. You can write that near to that thing. Marshall McLuhan introduced that global village concept also. Global village concept, that one, because it's all the full of the world actually connected, connected with the computer systems, internet systems, like a village. All the people can communicate with others. That is the point. 22. What is the main characteristic of television media? It's a complicated one. It can make literacy. It's a visual media. It can create our future. It can control our imagination. Very simple. Television is a visual media, so mainly targets simple answer, third answer. If it is their radio media, mainly it's a audio medium. Simple one. 23. What is the reason in here that helps to develop the Grunwald Declaration? Telecommunication development, okay. Creativity of the people, none of above, can't. There's an answer. Fourth one, diversity of the culture. No. Main idea is here. Second one, flooding information. Other things are, secondly, we can say consumer tendency, write down, consumer tendency. And the third one, media overconsumption, second, third idea. And the fourth thing, it can develop what thing that develop the knowledge about the media. Fourth one, develop the knowledge about the media. So that four things are the main reasons to develop the Grunwald Declaration. 24. What is the element that we can use to share our informations for another person? Communicate is there? No, communicate is the person who develop message. Okay. Next one, regulate. Regulator means controller, can't. Filter means society-based, cultural-based idea. We can develop some messages and that filters can filter in that thing, and positive, negative things they can measure. Then only they get the positive things and other things they drop. That is a filter idea. Gatekeeper is a message controller. But according to the thing, media is the path. No? So we use media to share our messages to someone. That is the idea. So media is the answer. 25. Who are the main scholar in mass culture concept? Mass culture concept. Mass culture also in the fifth lesson idea. Mass culture actually more organized, and there's a leader, and it's spreading ideas are there. More of that nationalities, religions, ideologies develop according to the mass culture. Okay. The first person, Wilbur Schramm and Laswell, no. Lumi Brothers, no. Sam Black and Lee, no. Walter Benjamin and Benito Mussolini, no. David White and Bernard Rosenberg, 1957, they developed a concept to express this idea. David White and Bernard Rosenberg are the developers of this concept, mass culture. Mass culture is an old one. I just explained that the academical concept introduced by David White and Bernard Rosenberg, because nationalities, religions are very old one than 1950s. Okay. 26. What is the specific publishing time of the magazine? Every publishing idea have a specific publishing time, but books don't have a publishing time. Magazines actually sometimes monthly, once a month, thrice a month, or once a year. That is the publishing time. So according to this thing, only we can select fourth answer, monthly and yearly. Monthly and yearly. That is the answer. 27. There is a communication tab that starts on intrapersonally, then it becomes interpersonally, and finally it can be what thing? Firstly, intra means single person. Secondly, he or she expresses ideas to trusted ones, 2-3 people, automatically become a second type idea. Second type idea means the interpersonal idea comes. Interpersonal. The interpersonal ideas can develop what thing after that? Interpersonal ideas can develop group communication idea. So group communication is the answer. So group communication is second answer. So firstly intra, secondly inter, thirdly what thing? Group communication ideas is there. That's the answer. 28. What is not the advantage of language? Not the advantage of language. First one, communicate with others. Okay. And second one, motivating people. Third one, expressed our feelings. And growing violence, none of above. That is the point. So communicating with others. So advantage, not advantage, we can't get. Motivating people, okay. Express our feelings, yes. None of above. Growing violence. Direct answer. Violence is not a good thing. So growing violence is not a good idea. So not a advantage. Okay. 29. Which communication model can display the role changing of the communication process? Role changing of the communication process. Which communication model can display the role changing of communication process? Role changing. Role changing means sometimes encode is there, other time decoder come for that thing. So if you develop a message, you become a encoder, and your other part become a decoder, and then he or she understand the message and develop the message, develop the answer means he or she become encoder, you become a decoder. So it's some kind of a two-way communication system, and we can see that thing in the cycle model by Wilbur Schramm and Charles Osgood. So that is the idea. Second answer is the answer. That is the answer. Okay, that's the point. Then the next one. 30. What is the meaning of communication diversion? Diversion means converting idea, change the path idea. So first one, making common digital platforms. That is convergence, okay? That means convergence. Second one, stop the process. Stop the process means actually that meaning is withdrawal. This concept is developed by Joseph R. Dominic in 2010, okay? According to the Dynamics of Mass Communication report. According to Dynamics of Mass Communication report. Put that thing, huh? And turn into the new path. That is the convert idea, okay? And the fourth one, connectivity of the elements. Connectivity of the elements. Fifth one, distortion of society. Distortion of society means some kind of barriers idea. No? So in here, connectivity of the elements can't. But direct answer is here. The third answer is the answer turn into a new path, or in the paper if they use convert the path or something or divert the path or something. That is the idea. So diversion means turning to a new path. 31. What are the main forms that used to build up the television media? Main two forms we can use: visual and audio. Visual and audio. In the mainly television have this visual and audio idea. So films also have that, cinema also have that thing, but according to this thing, mainly the television media is the main media of the electronic media. And so mainly we can see audio and video part in there. Okay. And what are the right, next one, 32. Which communication type that include in the time management and organized character? Very simple. According to the types of the communication, intrapersonal, interpersonal, group, mass, and that's the four main types. No? After that thing, public communication is there, virtual communication is there. So which communication type that include the time management and the organized character? So time management, leadership idea, organized characters, we can see that thing in the group communication. So second answer is the answer, group communication. It's a direct pointer because in the lesson we have to discuss that characteristics about the group communication. So we can see normally that type of things in the lessons also. So second answer is the answer. Okay. 33. Which receiver is very important to good communication process? Actually, that receiver must be a very logical, curiosical person and very understandable person. And mainly we say that person must be a active and critical one. Active receivers means they watch, they listen, they read, and they develop an answer. No? Is actively used that thing. And other thing is criticism. Criticism means actually they think something logical and deeply, and they try to understand the subtext idea of the message. It means the hidden idea of the message. That's a good thing. So fifth answer is the answer. Which media character is very biased to the government policies and rules? Editors also in the government media channels are biased to the government. In the private channels, they bias to the owners and the sponsors. Gatekeepers, yeah, the gatekeepers are also we can see in the government media and the private media, both we can see the gatekeepers. They all are control the message according to the owner. That is the point. Channel owners already. Government owners are there. Government is the owner of the message, owner of the channel. So automatically that all the people bias to the government. Private channel owners are there, business people and company people. So all the workers have to bias to the owners. Directors also same like that. So all of above is the answer. Next one. Every time I recently last week also I told you this type of questions we can see in this type of diagram type questions we can see in the lessons in the papers all the time. So practice that thing. 35. D is an element that can make some ideas using experience. Experience developing. So think about communicators can develop ideas. A is the opposite of D. So what is A? So experience-based developing message person means communicator. So D is communicator. Now you can put that thing in there, communicator. Opposite of the D is A, no? It means other party, decoding party. Decoding party means receiver. So fourth answer is the answer. Very simple. 36. C is the target that we can identify the final situation of A after the communication. So what is C? C is the target by D. So D's expectation is that I answer for this thing. So effect is the idea because effects simply the term is expectations of the communicator or expectations of the sender. So effect is the answer. Fourth answer is the answer. 37. If C is a target, R is the way that D's idea exchange to A. So if R is a path, what should be R? Path, no, path means media or channel. So answer is what thing? Second one. 38. W is a compact of C. Compact item is collection of C, feelings and thoughts. W depends on R and A. R means the media, A means the receiver. So what should be W? Message. Message is developed by communicator, and he or she have to decide what is the path that we can use to exchange this message to the receiver, and who is receiver, what is the path. According to that thing, we have developed what thing? The message. So answer is what thing? Message. 39. If A exchange idea to D, what we can call that process? A to D, no? Visualize answer by receiver. Write down that term. Visualize answer by receiver. That is the meaning of what thing? Feedback. Visualize answer by receiver. That is the meaning of feedback. Okay. Feedback is the answer, third answer. 40. If you order to the element, what is the element of the mathematical model that missing from this model? Actually, this all the elements we can see. Communicator is here, receiver is there, message is there, media is there. But I asked the mathematical model. Mathematical model by Shannon and Weaver in 1949. That thing also. Mathematical model is the first model introduce the barriers to the that type of advanced model. So answer is barriers. Third answer, barriers. 41. What are the two main types of the personal focus? Personal locus also same. Personal locus, conscious and unconscious. Conscious means you plan the thing, you know the thing, you know the ideas, you can arrange that thing, prepare that thing. Okay. And unconscious means it randomly happens something, suddenly, automatically it happens. Okay. And 41, fourth answer is the answer. 42. Who is the scholar that published Public and Their Problems book in late 1930s? Very simple. The first lesson we discussed that thing. John Dewey. John Dewey, it's a psychological book in 1927. Please put that in there. 1927. Okay. 43. What is the meaning of decoding? Very simple. Recently I told you. Communicators can do encoding, which means developing idea. Decoding means understanding message or understanding and sometimes reacting, mainly reacting also there. So 43, fourth answer is the answer, understanding and reacting. 44, what is the language that we can use to prepare a book? What is the language that we can use to prepare a book? Actually, books are it's a creative type of publication. Newspapers use direct and indirect language. Magazines use entertaining type, colorful ideas based language. Books use old time language because after 100 years ago, if we read a book or something, book is same idea. Okay. Versions we can change, we can translate that thing, but the idea is idea. That language-based idea is ideas, never change. So 44, fourth answer is the answer. Right? Now we move to the last page, 45. What is the first printed novel? Okay, first printed novel book in Sri Lanka. Very simple. Meena is the book and book author, write down there. Simon de Silva. Simon de Silva. Simon de Silva. And 46. Who is the inventor of telegraph machine? Telegraph machine. In 1845, that time period one. Inventor is Samuel Morse. Samuel Morse. Third answer is the answer, Samuel Morse. Okay. And 47. What is the main advantage of newspaper? Very simple. Providing information so we can get some facts, yes. Motivation, okay. Developing our literacy, entertaining. But mainly what thing? Descriptive knowledge. Actually, newspapers idea based on news, no, it means some information, no? So it can grow, it can develop your knowledge. So third answer is the answer. Description. Actually, some described ideas are there, descriptive ideas are there. So that is the idea. Okay. Third answer is the answer. 44, 48. What type of page layout now we are using to build up national types of newspapers? The big that thing, Lanka Deepa, Dinamina, Daily Mirror, Sunday Observer, Sunday Leader, that type of mainstream newspapers, national-based newspapers use broadsheet system. It's a huge page one. Okay, huge one. Okay, 2 pages are there, huge one. And other additional type sub-feature newspapers also you can see that Sandhya, Junior Observer, that type of small newspapers. That small newspapers use a half-page idea from a broadsheet idea. So broadsheet pages used for the national papers, half-page idea from the broadsheet we use to develop tabloid type newspapers. So write down there, tabloid also there. Tabloid for the feature papers, it means sub newspapers, small ones. But I just ask main advantage of build national type one. National type newspapers already use what thing? Broadsheet type pages. 49. Who is not a gatekeeper in these following answers? Not a gatekeeper. Media owners, editors, political parties, pressure groups, all are gatekeepers. These all the people can affect for the message changing system. So fourth one is not a gatekeeper. It's a filter. Right down there. It's a filter. Culture is a filter. Culture is not a gatekeeper idea. 50. In which media can develop your imagination skill? Imagination skill. Imagination skill, television media. Second answer is the answer. So that is the full paper discussion. So any doubts, if you have, please put a WhatsApp message for me with the numbers. And I think it's a very simple paper for you. And every time that that model based idea, model type idea, model type questions, please focus for that type of questions every time in the paper. And they give you that type of questions in every time to the paper. So that is the idea. So next day you can do the 12th paper, 12th MCQ paper. Then you can join for the discussion in Sunday evening. So bye bye. Good night. Good night, and do the next paper very well. Then this and watch this thing. And any doubts if you have, please put a WhatsApp message for me. Okay, bye.